They carry it in across. Pressel there. A fight breaks out in center. No whistle. Now a whistle. Marcinishin and Darren Kimball squaring off. They're looking at each other. Now they'll tangle. And Kimball gets a right free, and he is pounding away. So is Marcinishin. Rock'em sock'em robots right here. They're both pounding away at each other. Oh my! Both hammering away with the rights. Continue to hammer away. Now they finally tie each other up. And I don't think they have much energy to do much more than break apart. And they do. They both were throwing rights. They will be ushered off to the penalty box. Marcinishin and Darren Kimball.
Patterson bumping now, and we might have a scrap here as Patterson picks on Billy Berg. Check that, Tom Fitzgerald. I could only see 1-4, but it's 14 Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald going to work with Patterson. Byram stuck his nose in. This could get ugly at the end. Now we have a skirmish in front of the New Haven bench. Byram going here. That's Dahlman. Dahlman going toe-to-toe with Eric Germain, but it looks like Dahlman just connecting with the headgear. Germain and Dahlman. Now they get the arms free, and Dahlman trying to uncork some right hands. So is Germain. These two really slugging it out. Along the boards, we have a third skirmish. It looks like Byram and Pratt as Dahlman continues to wail away with Germain.
Well, right now their arms feeling really tired. Dahlman threw more rights in the beginning. Had Germain begging for a left right there. Germain has come back a little bit towards the end, but both of them are exhausted at this point.
This sets the tone for this 14-game season series. This is game number 1. The Indians and the Hawks will do battle again on November 9th in New Haven, but Dahlman and Germain in a real slugfest. Pratt and Byram along the boards directly in front of the Springfield bench. Basically a grappling match there.
Mario Roberge, 25 ans, 13 points et 249 minutes de pénalité la saison dernière avec les Canadiens de Sherbrooke. Serge Roberge, 24 ans, 12 points l'an dernier et 352 minutes de pénalité. Les deux frères étaient au camp des recrues du Canadien pour une deuxième année d'affilée. Que faisait-il là quand on sait que Pat Burns n'employait même pas Steven Martinson l'an dernier?
Jake to Bernhardt's left. Now a shot in the lane by Fengus comes off the right goal post. Now Fink works up behind the poor Brian Hurd paddling around with Jeff Harding. Harding getting the rest of this. Hurd getting lots of right punches in, and Harding is just trying to get his head out of the way for his oncoming fists. Now Harding able to get a hold of Hard's sweater. Now they continue to try and slug at each other. Harding's sweater's been pulled down over his arm, and he's having trouble throwing that right fist. Now he just landed one there. And the linesmen letting them go at it until they're exhausted. Brian Hurd and Jeff Harding continue to paddle out. An uppercut by Brian Hurd catches Jeff Harding in the mouth. And they'd have to give that one to the tough new market forward, Brian Hurd.
I don't think Mr. Harding will be cheering steak tonight post-game dinner, but it was a very good fight. They both hung on their feet, and the linesmen were very smart. Two big guys, let them go, and they tied themselves out. So I think the fans going to kick on that one anyways.
Excursions will include games with the Montreal Canadiens and the Los Angeles Kings. Call the Amherst Group Sales Department at 454-5335 for more information. Remember, that's the Buffalo Sabres and the New York Rangers on November 2nd. Make your reservations right away.
950 WBBS.
Back at the War Memorial, we've got Robert Ray of the Amherst and Jeff Harding of the Hershey Bears are standing toe-to-toe, and they each keep getting right-handed shots in.
Boy, I tell you, they're snapping their heads back with those ones. Both of them are just they're just standing back and popping right hands back on one another.
They've both gotten in about 4 good shots thus far. They're standing sort of toe-to-toe. They've got a hold of each other. Their right hands are kind of free, and they're just exchanging throws. Now, Ray gets in a shot, almost knocks the helmet of Harding off. Harding trying to get his left up. Now pulls loose with his left hand, starts to swing with his left, and Ray grabs on once again. Ray knocks the helmet of Harding off with his right hand.
Boy, I tell you, there's like a couple of sledgehammers going at each other right there. Both of them. Harding, Jeff Harding, 6'4", 210 pounds from Toronto, Ontario, against Michael Ray. Mike Ray, 6 foot, 203, so you had the heavyweights going at one of their.
Before the end of the game, there was more fisticuffs. Rob Ray of the Amherst and another rookie, Jeff Harding of the Bears, stood toe-to-toe for several minutes, each taking turns to get in a few punches. And the fans seemed to enjoy that as the highlight of the night. So the game ended in a very disappointing night for the Amherst, a 7-3 loss. Don Biggs of the Bears did most of the damage as he had a 4-point night, including 2 goals, and he was named the #1 star, while Mark Lofthouse with 3 assists was the #2 star. Sean Anderson of the Amherst with 2 goals was the 3rd star of the game.
16.5 left to go, second period. A scrap breaks out between Brian Horde of Newmarket and Dale Kushner of the Indians. Kushner with left hands, pounding away on tough guy Brian Horde. Horde now from up top lands some rights on Kushner. He gets the better half of the second part of this altercation. Linesmen intercede and break up these 2 tough guys.
Oh, Paul Gardner clapping down the bench. Paul Gardner never had a fight in his career, so I hate to see that, but nevertheless, a pretty good scrap between 2 tough guys, Dale Kushner and Brian Horde. And it was, as you said, John, Kushner winning the first part of that fight, and then Horde coming back for the second half. And Horde does give this Newmarket Saints a little muscle that they really need, but a pretty good scrap. But Paul Gardner standing down on the bench and clapping, and sort of surprised me because Paul not wanting to get involved in the fisticuffs when he was certainly a player, but he enjoyed Brian Horde at least sticking up for himself and doing a good job against probably one of the better fighters in the league. You'll see this fight coming up on your screen. Unfortunately, we didn't have the goal, but we do have the fight. And they tie each other up, and it'll be Dale Kushner will get the first few shots in right here. And finally, it'll be Horde there's a couple good shots. How he stood up, that's better than the fight I watched Virgil Hill and Bobby Chaz on TV today. But these 2 guys going at it pretty good. And I think Horde's strength just takes over on Kushner here. He ties him up with that left hand, is able to get the right hand free. But the Lionsmen will jump in right here and do a pretty good job breaking up. But a good toe-to-toe fight for the fans here.
Each other all night. Serge Roberge and Wayne Van Dorp finally got at it. It looks like Roberge got the better of the fight, but he's the one heading to the locker room for stitches. After it was over,
Gerald. The whistle blown here. Smith set to go with Kimball. Kimball's a rough, tough customer. Vern Smith goes toe-to-toe. Smitty wailing away with right hands, and so is Kimball. Vern Smith going with the youngster Darren Kimball out of Brandon of the Western Hockey League. He had a very good training camp with Quebec and was fighting them all in the NHL, but Vern Smith hangs on and does himself some justice here with 2:42 left in the second period, not shying away from Darren Kimball.
Well, the 2 of them just exchanging punches there. That of the toe-to-toe variety, and Vern, I think, held his own there. And well, another skinhead on this team. I mean,
oh yeah,
they got a barber that travels with this team, or what? A guy with a razor that just doesn't quit. As we looked during pregame warm-ups, I took a look at the bench down below.
Identify them with numbers on their heads. That's how he does a room check at night. Okay, here we go. Smith and Kimball.
Exchanging the old hold him with the left hand and fire some rights, and kind of get the head down there for Smith, protect against some of those thunderous rights that Kimball was throwing at him. All right, my question is, we look down, we see the Nordique logo on the Citadel's jersey. You mentioned that the sweaters aren't ready yet. What is a Nordique?
It's a man from the north, French for...
Neil Meadmore. Meadmore and Roberge are going to drop the gloves. Let's just sit back and watch.
And they're going to let the two of them go.
Meadmore just waiting for the opportunity to present itself. Now he goes after him. Roberge caught Meadmore, though, with a right hand. And really the only good punch of that altercation.
And he stunned Meadmore. He stunned Meadmore with that shot.
Rob Snitzer, the Moncton trainer, is coming off the bench to look at Meadmore.
The one good blast that Roberge got in really stunned Meadmore.
Oh, it was a blast, all right. It was a... I mean, Roberge connected with that one.
And the thing we have to worry about now is what kind of effect is that going to have on the rest of the team? When your heavyweight gets decked like that, it can sometimes take the wind out of your sails.
Meadmore very wobbly and needs some help in getting off the ice.
Now, it may have been the shot out. Also, Roberge came down very heavily, and Meadmore went